Hey everyone, thanks for joining me on another episode of Let's Build a Real Zoo. This is episode 6. Today we are going to be building the Flamingo Habitat, but before we get started, if you have a recommendation of a game you would like to see me play, go ahead and drop it in the comments below and I would love to try it out. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started with the video. Alrighty, so I started out by redoing the layout. I wasn't very happy with how it was laid out, and I didn't think it was gonna flow very well how I had it originally. So I decided to change it a little bit and kind of go with it from there. I know in one of the photos there's like a little walkway to go up just a little bit to look on the inside of the Flamingo Habitat. So I really wanted to make that building look as similar to the real building as I could, and I actually really like how it turned out. And I really like playing with different levels when building zoos, because if you look, I know I typically do it all flat. I don't make paths go up hills or anything fun like that. So this was a nice little thing, something different, and now that I am gonna do in most of my zoos, just have a little path come up and look on the inside of a building, maybe where animals might be sleeping. This could be where they sleep, where they eat. I don't know, it's just different to get people to look somewhere else rather than in a boring habitat, just right outside. So now they can come inside and look in here. Finding a fence was a little difficult because I wanted something to resemble the actual fence, so I was gonna build one, but then I just couldn't find something that I thought would have looked nice or even resembled the fence nearly enough. So I did end up just going back and using one of these fences. So I've also ran into the problem where I can't connect a staff pathway from the gate door. I don't know if that's a me thing or if it's a Planet Zoo thing. Because I can put a path down fine. It's just whenever I am trying to attach the habitat gate to a path, it just doesn't want to work. So I wonder if that is a Planet Zoo bug, and hopefully they'll fix it. Oh yeah, so here all the elephants started to run away. I didn't realize that I didn't put a strong enough fence for them. I kind of just put one in because I didn't think I was actually going to play anything. But I do really want this to be a working zoo, so that's what I decided to do this episode, was make it an actual functioning zoo. And then I did just go ahead and make it an electric fence, just so we make sure that the elephants won't run wild again. And I just put a ton of staff members because I didn't want to wait to get the elephants back. And I did just start putting a ton of flamingos in there. I'm not sure how many flamingos the Cleveland Zoo actually has. From the reference photos, it does seem like there's just a lot. So I just put a whole bunch in there. I was like, why not? Doesn't hurt to have a whole bunch of them. Make the place look like it's kind of full, you know. And this pond, I was having a little difficulty trying to get this pond to look the way I wanted it to look. It turned out okay. I really wanted to get the white lining around the pond, but I just couldn't find anything that worked with what I wanted. Yeah, and then I thought, oh, maybe this white stone would look fine, but nah, it just didn't look right. So I just later on changed it all to just the normal, I think taiga stone. Yeah, because I didn't like the way that looked. It didn't look like it belonged. So here we are, just placing that one instead. And I think that one, it looks more natural. Granted, it doesn't look exactly like the one in the zoo. But hey, you know, we gotta make it our own a little bit, right? And we're just placing all the plants to really bring it to life here. And I love adding the trees with the orange leaves. I think it adds just a little bit of color, you know, something different than just plain green leaves all the time. And I wasn't sure if the beds were going to be enough to bring the birds or the flamingos into the little building there, so I added those enrichment items, hoping they would bring them in. And then the beds were enough, because whenever I played it and tested it, there were enough birds in there to bring people to look into the building. And I gotta say, I love the way this building turned out. You know, at first I wasn't sure. Looking at reference photos for the Flamingo Habitat, there weren't really many. I had to look at some YouTube videos from like years ago and kind of just get a glimpse and see what was hanging out in the background and kind of go from there. I wasn't sure if this was going to be a fun build to watch, but I just really enjoyed making this building, so I think that really helped it out. Because at first I thought it was just going to be plants in a pond in a habitat, but I think this building really brought it to life. We're just adding little filler trees there. And it doesn't say greater flamingos on the outside of the building. I actually don't know if there's anything on the outside of this little building area, but I decided to make it my own and add these signs say greater flamingo, and I thought it looked cute. I really like how it turned out. Alright, so that is part of the Greater Flamingos habitat. I know there's a little back half on the right side of the building. I didn't complete that just yet because in the next video I'll be working on the food court that is back there, and I wanted to kind of place plants and enrichment items kind of where people will be able to see them, so I didn't finish that back half just yet, but I will finish that in the next video so it'll kind of blend in with the food court. But other than that, here are the screenshots. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it wasn't a very exciting build, but I love how it turned out. I wasn't sure if it was going to be very fun looking at the reference photos, but I think it turned out very nice. And yeah, like I said, in the next video we'll be working on the food court. And let me tell you, I was very, very happy with how the food court turned out. So I hope you guys are excited for it. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss out on any more episodes to come. And thanks for watching, guys. I hope we'll see you in the next video. Bye!